Even with the differences earlier and later, is there an overarching theme in how the Rebbe dealt with the issue of suffering?
That's a tough question. In the book, I sort of, sketch out the different strategies that the Rebbe uses with regards to Theodicy, which is a Greek word essentially meaning tzaddik v'ralo. Why do the righteous suffer? What is the justice of God? How do we understand the justice of God? And there have been quite a few books written on that specific topic because that's one of the major questions we have after the Holocaust, trying to understand what all that means. And his responses, they range from very traditional kind of, well, this is necessary for the balance of the universe. People may suffer in this world, but they will receive recompense in the next world, which may be entirely acceptable on a logical level, but is very difficult to accept on a visceral level. And then he gets further and further away from those kind of traditional approaches as he digs deeper. And towards the end of the book, there's much more emphasis on the shared suffering of God, that somehow God is wrapped up, imo anochi b'tzara, using the verse, I am with you in your suffering. And God is, as it were, engaged in divine weeping over the events that are happening on the planet. And that's very difficult to understand. I think you have to have the mind of a Kabbalist or a philosopher to come close to these things. But to answer your question simply, within the realm of my understanding, that sort of characterizes the latter period of his writings. I think it's very difficult to find like one specific theme that he sticks with the entire time, because he's trying to meet the needs of his constituency. And I would argue that perhaps his constituency is no longer being consoled by the easier messages. They need something more substantive. And that's why he goes deeper and deeper.